Hey, welcome back everybody to Tactics Ogre. I'm going to start wrapping up some stuff here in the playthrough, and then
He's not well.
we'll start back with the lawful playthrough here after I do all the little wrap-up stuff. This is where Deneb comes to visit her old comrade, I guess.
Half as well as you carved a pumpkin.
I should carve you for that. You certainly have the name for it. Cantaloupe. Oh, you poor dear. How are you?
Canopus. The name is Canopus.
Oh, I think he's asleep. Rise and shine, Warren.
Quiet! He needs his rest.
Don't be silly. Why cling to that frail old body when there are so many others to be had?
Not everyone changes bodies at the first sign of a wrinkle.
This is the body I was born into, thank you very much. And who has wrinkles?
I have boots with less leather.
You're looking a little grey in the plumage yourself.
Leave my plumage out of this.
Leave my plumage out of it!
You're cute when you're angry.
Aren't they all?
I'm beginning to think Warren is the lucky one here.
Must have ruffled his feathers. Get well soon, old friend.
Alright. Now we're cutting forward here a little bit to where we are going to get the other sister. This isn't going to take too long. Basically what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use an item that allow me to turn the weather into heavy rain. And then we're just going to leave this battle and we're going to head off to Bama Musa, where the other sister's hiding but won't pop up unless it's raining heavy. So you can also do this in Bama Musa if you prefer. You just have to leave Bama Musa and come back. I'm doing it here because I just want a sort of a quick, straightforward understanding that, hey, you gotta change the weather to, what's it called? To stormy, and then walk into Bama Musa and not sort of get this confused. I'm told this works no matter where you're coming from, as long as the previous level you were leaving was rainy or stormy. So now that it is stormy, we can leave. If you try to use that horn again, it just basically doesn't work because it only goes up to this level of storminess. And then, like I said, we're just going to leave here and we're going to go to Bama Musa. We'll get a cutscene with our sister, the last sister. And then from there, we'll cut forward again to trying to recruit the pirate man.
Well, I'm soaked.
Quite the downpour. I'm drenched myself. We'd best dry off, or we'll catch our deaths of cold.
Who's there? Step into the light.
Sherry? It is you. What's happened? Are you all right?
Olivia? You've come to kill me, yes? Do as you will. I've grown weary of this.
What are you saying? We've been searching for you. Father has been worried so. Come home, sister, please.
Home? Where might that be? Home is... I have no home. You took it from me.
What are you doing?
What I should have done long ago.
No, sister, stop this!
Out of my way, Olivia!
If it will ease your pain, I welcome your blade.
Denham!
What's wrong? You can't kill me in front of your sister, can you?
Sister... No.
Your hatred twists you from within, Sherry. Let it go. Can you not see how deeply you are loved?
Enough, Denham! She's not ready for this. It's all right, sister. You're not alone. You'll never be alone again.
So
Do not
basic.
weep, sister. It's over. You're safe.
I'm so sorry.
So she threw a lot in with the Bakram, and he ended up tossing her to the side as soon as she was no longer useful to him. So this, I did the first battle already. This is a cutscene that occurs when you walk back after you read a certain note in the
So am I.
the Wardenpedia, if you will.
What have you come for? My keen sense for the obvious tells me you're
So
not
you
here
may
on
have
holiday.
we may have already seen this
I'm searching for
cutscene.
Azelstan, the one they
But I
call
wanted to show
the
this
Dread
because
Pirate.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue the rest of his quest line directly after this.
Now there. Don't go bawling on me. He's not going to take me away.
Take you away? You're him, aren't you? The pirate Azelstan.
Never should have opened my mouth. A word of advice, boy. Never tell a woman anything you don't want the world to know.
Correct.
You are Azelstan.
Been many a year since anyone's called me by that name.
So we get to talk to him in private here in his room.
Who was
He doesn't
that
want to be
girl?
called Azelstan
Your
anymore because he wants to forget about that.
No idea who she is. Another of the orphans around here, most like. She took a shine to me for some reason. I never did anything for her, mind you. She's not too good with the talking, and I guess that makes it hard for her with the other kids, which makes it hard for me to shoo her away.
The weak look to the strong for protection. Or something more than that, perhaps.
So, what do you want?
I want you to tell me about the pirate's graveyard and the treasure that rests there.
What? You're a treasure hunter now? Tired of warring already?
A war feeds on coin as a man feeds on bread.
Oh, stuffing the coffers, eh? Can't help you.
Azelstan, we're trying to end this war. Don't you want better for those children? If you would help them, help us.
You'd best be on your way, boy. I've made up my mind. There's nothing I can do for you.
If that's your decision. Captain Azelstan, they call you the Dread Pirate. Why did you leave your ship? Your sword arm and your legs are strong as ever.
It's got nothing to do with you, boy. And don't call me Captain again. Ever.
Bad memories, I suppose.
I wonder who left these flowers here.
Aye, some old sailor puts them there every year, right around this time. Been at it for a good 10 summers, I reckon. Maybe more.
He must have lost someone very dear.
Lots of fighting with the fortress here. Most everyone's lost somebody.
All right. It was a little bit later. It was a little bit later on in a different recording day, but we're going to continue along with the storyline here to recruit him. After that, we're actually going to show the whole battle. So after this, there's another thing you need to do to get him.
Tell us something we can use. I can make your past disappear.
Don't you have a better offer than that? Town like this, a man's entitled to his past. A word of advice. Go home. And no point taking me. I'm not talking.
You got quite a tongue for an old seaman. We're taking this one with us.
Resistance forces spotted!
What? What are they doing out here? Unless they're after what we're after. Keep this one under close watch.
So unlike the first time we do this mission with him in it, he's a lot more capable this second time around. I think it's because this is supposed to be later in, well, this is later in the game, but I think his level goes from a lower level, which makes him more likely to lose his life to a higher level where all of a sudden he has access to more abilities, skills. So yeah, makes it easier. Excuse me. Makes it easier for them to for him to survive. He's got two actually really great abilities. I don't know if he has them in this battle or not. I know he's got the one which is the evade skill, which we've seen on some lizardmen, lizard warriors, whatever you want to call them. He's got that skill, which means that if you were to attack him, the first attack gets nullified no matter what. And I think that's in addition, I think that it doesn't count unless it hits. So if he for some reason evades the attack, it doesn't take away that skill. It's also, as I've said about 200 times now, well, let's back up a little bit. So we're reaching the end of the original end of the game, so I'm at 36 now.
No guff in saving me.
This might come as a surprise, but I don't let profit dictate all I do.
Good luck with that. So you're saving me from death. Why?
I know at least one person who'd be sad to see you go.
Ha! I thought your breed of fool long gone from the world. Sooner or later, those who put their necks on the block for others get the blade. But do as you like, boy.
Boy. So this battle's going to be a little bit longer because, like I said, we're starting to get towards the end. The quote-unquote end of the game where you would be hitting the level cap of 40. And with the level cap comes, your spells are sort of starting to even out, I guess, in terms of me using like an end game spell towards the beginning of the game. So I think I piss around too much in these stages. So that's on me. What else? Yeah, I mean, that's going to be basically, there's one, like I said, there's one more stage after this, so we have to get him fully unlocked and recruitable, but that's in the Pirate's Graveyard, so the plan is to do this level, then we'll cut, and then we'll come back when we're at the correct level for the Pirate's Graveyard, and then, like I said, I'll come back, and then we'll be ready to recruit him after that level, and then I'll show sort of the alternate non-princess ending to the game. There's two different ones, which we'll talk about when we get to that episode. And that'll be about, well, I wouldn't say it'll be about it, but that'll be kind of my wrap-up on the neutral chaos playthrough. Bazelstan, as he's called, is actually a pretty good unit to get. He's certainly not... I'm not sure if he's the... I don't want to say he's like the best unit because his class is sort of okay. But he's not like... Sometimes you spend a long time trying to get a character that's really not worth the time you spent. And other times you get to that other side of the argument where a character's so broken you have to sprint to go get that person, you know? Like, speedrun strat sort of revolves around you getting to that character as quickly as possible to either unlock the character for your team or to unlock a particular weapon or armor or ability, class, what have you. Azelstan is actually very unique because he's what do they call him, a pirate. You don't actually, I guess, get access to the rogue class in this game, but he's about the closest you're going to get to that. And in saying that, he has the ability to wield both pistols and swords, and I'm probably guessing also daggers, but one-handed swords plus, like a pirate. A cutlass in one hand and a bolt and a flintlock in the other. So that makes him. I think that makes him very interesting because it gives you more flexibility. So you can, as you're approaching, you can use the rifle, one-handed gun rifle. You can't use two-handed rifles. Use the one-handed flintlock gun, and then when you get close enough, then you start to use your sword in close-up melee combat. And because his character's balanced properly, you don't worry about him getting too close to an enemy like you would with, say, a flintlock or an archer, where once you get them close to an enemy, you're probably going to regret it. It's not because, because you can have an archer that does the one-handed bow with the dagger. You can do that instead. Which seems to be, from the bow and arrows I've unlocked towards the end of the game, seems very viable, like almost designed. Whereas for most of the game, they've kept the one-handed bows on the lower end of things, and it's meant that you've had to either choose between using the stronger two-handed bow that has the better distance to it, or you choose the weaker bow that gives you access to also carry a dagger as an a sidearm weapon. But as we got towards the end of the game, this may change as I go post-game. Not that probably won't show any of that, but once I get to the post-game, there might be other bows that basically take the two-handed approach and are stronger than their one-handed counterparts, but I have not unlocked those yet, or I have not run into those yet. And most of the bows that are the most powerful ones are one-handed right now. There is one that's two-handed. I think it's called a Cupid or Cupoid bow. It gives the bow's ability to charm, like Cupid's arrow, charm, which I'm gonna guess is probably very useful, because you're basically taking an enemy that is deep in its own territory. You're hitting it with the bow at distance, and you're causing it to go after an enemy, after your enemy for a turn or two, unless it gets knocked out of it, which is very easy to do with you either hit the enemy with your own attack or cast a spell in his area of effect, then yeah, he'll not get knocked out of it. But yeah, I mean, that's sort of the point of what I'm trying to get at is instead of saying, okay, this one-handed bow that gives you an option of having the dagger, you know, like any, I mean, all daggers are one-handed, but saying this dagger right here is, we're going to give you more options for close range as well as long range combat, but you're going to have to give up on, you know, some of the most powerful weapons in the game for this, you know, I wouldn't say it's not a niche build, but it's sort of a unique build. It's, you know, the archers are, that's what they do. They bow and arrow, they use crossbows. You know, if you're a knight or a soldier, you know, you're probably running a sword or an axe or something, but you probably don't have the ability to dual wield because, again, you know, all the good bows are, you know, two-handed, and all of your good swords are either one or, I mean, axes definitely are two-handed. So you take power decrease in order to give yourself more options, which is fine, because if you can't deal damage, then what's the point? You know, what's the point of a character? Which I've run into with the Fusilier a little bit, because you need a lane open for him to shoot through, or you need to get him on high ground to shoot from. Otherwise, he's kind of like walking around the back ranks, not able to do anything because he doesn't have an open shot for anyone, you know? Like this level here would probably be an okay level for him, but only if you can get him up to where Denim is on the roof. If he's down roughly where all of my other characters are, completely useless, because this whole area got jammed up with characters, and unlike an archer who can shoot over the top of the pile, you know, the guns shoot straight, at least in terms of the canon of this game. I know that, you know, gravity, arc, you shoot a gun, you know, the bullet goes and it arcs down, or if you're aiming slightly up, it has an arc where it goes up, its high point, and then it starts to fade, you know, just because it runs out of energy, gravity, etc. And they do have that a little bit in this game, where your weapons, based on how strong they are, have a range to them. So, for instance, your handgun is a much shorter range than the rifle, which is much longer range, but it becomes more difficult. Or it becomes more difficult, i.e. they won't let you aim under whatever number of spaces. We'll say 3 to 5 spaces. But you can go all the way out to 8 spaces away from your character, so that's where the trade-off sort of is. The handgun, like I said, is more of a medium range thing, where it doesn't go all the way out to 8 spaces. It probably goes max of like 3 or 4, I would say. And, you know, but that's okay, because you're trying to close the gap to, you know, to end up in sort of a hand-to-hand combat situation. And so it's not like a big deal, but you can use that to your advantage, because, oh, I'm a little short on you know, sword swiping this person. You just pull out your handgun, you shoot them, and you get that extra distance with them. And like I said, you don't have to worry about them, you know, swordsmen turning around and hitting them for 80% damage, because they're not a true range unit. They're not designed to be in the back rank. That's why I like Azelstan in his class. He also gets, if you can combine these things, it's sort of, they start to eat at each other, because you only get 4, a total of 4 skills you can use. So if you pick one-handed swords, you pick guns, you'll get the finisher for those items, but you've just taken up half your slots by picking 2 weapons. Okay. So, but he's got this ability, which is allows him to evade any attack, and then he's also got one that he can proc randomly that allow him to evade, I think it's up to 3 magical attacks. It's pretty good. You know, at least against the computer. I don't know if it would be all that useful in a PvP situation, because you just throw a rock at him to negate his one get out of jail free evasion, no damage buff. But what else? Yeah. I decided to give Hobram some food items, which I'm probably not. I meant to eat them in a like a training mission, you know, just to do a quick training mission with him in it. Have him eat both pieces of food to power him up with evasion and speed, and I kind of forgot to do that, so that's why that's sitting in his inventory right now. The evasion, speed, accuracy ones are usually limited. They give you a lot more of the, whatever they call it, dragon steaks, dragon pizza or whatever, that buffs your attack. And then maybe accuracy? Either attack, I don't think it's attack and defense, I think it's attack and accuracy. And the other one is defense and speed and evasion. Always good.